Craig, it feels like a quick turnaround since we're obviously going to be back in action this Saturday, second round of the Betfred Challenge Cup against Whitehaven. We'll just start reflecting on that win up in Cumbria. I know you said post match you were really pleased with it, but now you've had a few days to kind of reflect on that game. What were the main positives that you took out of that?
I think just the patience. We sort of spoke about and focused all week on it being a game that we're going to be tricky, it was going to be tough, it was going to be physical, it was going to be really horrible conditions, wet underfoot, soft underfoot, expecting rain to come as well, and his main focus was prepare for a game that's going to be a grind. You're not going to go up there, as I said on Sunday, you weren't going to go up there and win by 30 points. So good to go up there and get any win in Cumbria in the middle of January, the first game of the season, with effectively a predominantly new squad put together. I think we had 7 debutants and obviously 2 new halfbacks at the weekend as well. So, to go up there and get the victory and be really professional, it was really pleasing for me.
I know we're only 1 week into this new season, but when you talk about the importance of that win, just how beneficial could a win like that be come the end of the year?
I think it's huge. I think it gives us that belief that we can win games in tight situations. It's great to win a game by 30 and 40 points and look nice and look pretty and score some really nice tries, but not every game's going to be like that. You've got to win games in different conditions, win games in different circumstances, and we've proved that we can do that by going up to Cumbria on game 1 of the season in really tricky conditions against a physical, tough, gritty opponent as well. We did the job, we did what we needed to do, and as I say, we're really pleased with the patience. We didn't try and force anything that wasn't there. We knew that with the pitch underfoot, on Sunday again, Marsh said that it was coming out the back, he couldn't really straighten up. So us going wide and playing back man, it weren't really the day for doing that. So we had to rein it in and just be a little bit more conservative, maybe than ideally what you want to be. But you've got to play the conditions. So just the players executed the game plan. They had that patience just to stick there and just be happy trying to put Whitehaven in a corner and back in their defence. And I thought defensively they were very strong, very tough, and very physical.
I know one thing we didn't mention on Sunday was the game management, especially in that second half. Once we came from behind to see the win out as well, especially with that drop goal, just how important was that?
Yeah, I think when you've got somebody like Geordie, who's been around the championship for a number of years now, is a real smooth operator and is very intelligent. He's done it for a number of years at Bradford, and it's no coincidence that he was pivotal in everything everything good that we did. Got 2 assists with Gilly, and then obviously put the drop goal over as well. So I think he managed the game really well, and I think him and Kai worked pretty well in tandem.
With this game coming up on Saturday, as I say, similar opponents to as we played last weekend. So what Whitehaven side are you expecting to, as I say, come to the Steel City Stadium?
You said similar opponents, it's the same opponents. So I think we're expecting exactly what we've got this weekend. But it's different conditions. It's a different ground. We're on the 4G, so it's hopefully going to be a little bit quicker, a little bit more space. We're going to generate a little bit more ruck tempo. But what we don't want to do again is we don't want to try and win the game in the first 5 minutes. We've got to earn the reward to win the game, and that means that we've got to try and get on the front foot and dominate in both attack and defence and try to win that ruck tempo. So it's another test for us. We're on his own patch as well. We want to start the season with a real good performance and a real good win for our fans and get to the next round of the cup.
As I say, it's still early. Do you see this game as you say, a chance to be able to utilise your squad and see what else options we've got, or will you be expecting somewhat similar and like a similar game plan, as I
say? Historically, I'm normally a coach that says to people that if you've got the shirt and you're playing well, then you earn the right to keep that shirt, and people have got to take that shirt off you, either by you dropping off in training, you dropping off in the game. So we'll assess the bodies, see how many people are struggling with knocks, see how many people are struggling with the fatigue in the body after that first game of the season. It might be we'll go with the same 17. It might be that we'll bring a couple of people in. I don't know. It certainly won't be wholesale changes if we are making any changes. I don't think that you can bring 6-7 people in and make complete changes, because we've got to build some consistency now for the league campaign, and with us having next week off as well, with our sort of gap week in the division, it doesn't really give us that opportunity to give some people a week's rest to build that consistency. So we've got 2 weeks off after this game, so we need to make sure that we're as connected as we possibly can be. So there'll be very few changes, if any.
And it feels like ages. We've got that bye round coming up, and then we're back in action in the Championship in, I think, middle of February. Sorry, so we've got a chance now to, as I say, go into the cup and try and create a bit of a run for ourselves, don't we?
Yeah, and again, it's about us creating that consistency in performance and generating them connections within the team, within the pivotal positions, the halfbacks being connected, and Marshy getting used to the way that the halfbacks play, hopefully on better tracks, and the middles that are building them connections as well. So it's about us learning about each other, and we've had a real good pre-season in terms of the connectivity of the group off the field, and I thought we saw that on the field. The attitude and the togetherness on the field from the boys on Sunday. I thought it typified how we've been in pre-season.
And as I say, we know our third round opponent should we overcome Whitehaven at the weekend, but without focusing on that, the main focus is the upcoming 80 minutes, isn't it?
100%. Yeah, there's no point looking forward into the next round of the cup until you're there. So we'll give this game as full 100% focus, because you saw on Sunday how competitive and how good Whitehaven can be. So if we go into this game thinking, we're at home now, we're on a 4G pitch and we're going to win the game, then we'll come unstuck. So it's really important that we have a good week in prep this week, and prep as well as we did last week for a tough physical game on Saturday. Sorry.
And that first outing, as I say, a couple of days away. Everyone excited to be back in Sheffield?
Yeah, massively so. It's it seems a long time since we've been there, and after the long road trip on Sunday, it'll be nice to have a game closer to home, and hopefully get some people down there to cheer the boys on.